To arrange flowers in a wide, shallow vase. This is a handy technique the pros use all the time. It's perfect for arranging flowers in unusual receptacles, like a favorite punch bowl or cookie tin. You will need the wide, shallow vase or container of your choice, some cool water, the fresh flowers of your choice, a roll of waterproof floral tape, a box cutter or razor blade, and a pair of gardening shears or scissors. Optional: several large leaves or fronds. Step 1. Choose your vase or container first. The number of flowers you need will be determined by the width of its opening. If the container is transparent, line the inside with large leaves first to block any view of the floral tape you'll be using. Step 2. Gather enough flowers to densely fill the mouth of the container. You'll need more for tighter blossoms and less for looser ones. This technique is especially useful for delicate, thin-stemmed flowers that can't be easily placed and don't survive well in floral foam. Step 3. Fill the container halfway with cool water. Step 4. Use the floral tape to create a grid across the top of the container. Use long strips of tape and lay them perpendicular to each other, alternating between vertical and horizontal strips so they crisscross like the weave of a basket. Space the strips the same distance apart in each direction, so you end up with a grid of squares. If you plan on using a variety of flowers with mixed sizes and shapes, make a more irregular grid by varying the distance between strips of tape. Step 5. Carefully trim away any excess tape with a box cutter or razor blade. Step 6. Trim the stems as needed and place each individual flower into the squares of the grid until the container is full. Now congratulate yourself. You're making arrangements like a professional florist. Did you know? Louisiana is the only state that requires florists to be licensed. How to choose the right vase for your flower arrangement. Choosing the right vase is just as important as choosing the right flowers. The right one complements your blooms, while the wrong one, well, it just looks wrong. You will need the flowers of your choice and an ability to make decisions. Step 1. Choose the flowers you want to use. Your choice of vase will be based on the size and shape of the flowers. Step 2. For long-stemmed flowers, like roses or sunflowers, use a tall, slender vase. You don't need many blossoms to create a striking look. Step 3. For short-stemmed flowers with round, full blossoms, like gardenias or peonies, use a smaller, spherical vase to accentuate their shape. If arranging only branches, choose a tall, straight-sided vase. The geometric shape of the vase will complement the organic shape of the branches. Step 4. For a large arrangement combining a variety of flowers and branches, use a vase with a wide, heavy base for extra support. If the stems are too short for the vase, place small stones at the bottom of the vase. Step 5. To display individual flowers or small groups of 2 to 3 blossoms, use a narrow vase of medium height. For a more dramatic look, display a single rose or orchid in a spare setting, like against a bare wall. Step 6. Whatever flowers and vase you choose, step back and look at your arrangement from a distance. If it appears heavy on the bottom, use a narrower vase. If the top seems overpowering, try a wider vase. Did you know? The ancient Greeks are believed to have originated the custom of telling stories and recording history on vases. How to condition flowers for an arrangement. Sure, all flowers look great tossed into a vase without much fuss, but if you toss them in without conditioning them first, they won't look great for long. You will need fresh flowers, some warm water, a clean bucket, a sharp knife, some bleach, and some sugar. Optional: hot water and gardening shears. Step 1. Fill the clean bucket a third of the way with lukewarm water. If your flowers are a little droopy, or you want them to open up right away, use hot water. They'll absorb it more quickly. Step 2. Add a few drops of bleach and 1 teaspoon of sugar per quart of water, and set the bucket aside. The sugar provides nutrients for the flowers, and the bleach rids the water of any bacteria. Step 3. Remove any leaves that will end up underwater in the vase. Weak leaves can be plucked by hand. Cut tougher leaves with a sharp knife, being careful not to damage the stem in the process. Submerged leaves will rot, encouraging bacteria and shortening the lifespan of the arrangement. Step 4. Remove any thorns with a sharp knife or garden shears. Step 5. Cut at least 1 inch from the base of the stem at a 45-degree angle with a sharp pair of garden shears, making the cut as clean and smooth as possible. Step 6. Place each flower in the prepared bucket as soon as you cut its stem. The longer it takes, the more likely that air bubbles will seal off the passageways for water. Step 7. Continue conditioning each flower one at a time until they are all in the bucket. Step 8. Set the bucket in a cool place out of direct sunlight and away from fruits, vegetables, exhaust fumes, and cigarette smoke, all of which contain or emit chemicals toxic to flowers. Most flowers, except tropical varieties, will last longest at temperatures between 40 and 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Step 9. Let the flowers drink for several hours before arranging, especially if they've come straight from your garden. You should cut them in the evening, condition them overnight, and wake up to beautiful, strong flowers. Did you know? An old wives' tale says that if a single man plucks a dewy bachelor's button, places it in his pocket for 1 day, and the flower remains blue, he will have a happy marriage. How to create a floral centerpiece. A party just isn't a party without a floral centerpiece. Start by choosing flowers in a vase or container that reflect the color scheme, style, and scale of the room, and the rest will be a snap. You will need a mix of flowers, some full and plump, some tall and lean, 1 or 2 with an unusual shape, some accent filler, such as branches, berries, or leaves, to fill in the arrangement, a pair of gardening shears or scissors, a short vase or container suitable for the mood and dimensions of the arrangement, some flower arranging foam, and water. Step 1. Cut the floral foam so it fits snugly into your vase or container. Use an opaque container, such as a ceramic bowl or terracotta pot, so guests can't see the foam base inside. Step 2. Remove the foam from the container and soak it in water. When it's saturated, put it back in the container. Step 3. Add the filler material to the arrangement first. Start by cutting each stem at a 45-degree angle before placing it, and work from the outside to the inside of the arrangement. Cut your flower and filler stems one at a time as you use them, instead of all at once before starting, to keep them fresher longer. Step 4. Add the flowers to the arrangement, again trimming the stems at a 45-degree angle before placing. The flowers should be no more than a few inches taller than the container, so seated guests can see and converse with each other over the arrangement. Step 5. Add water every day, or more often if necessary. Did you know? At the height of the Netherlands' tulip mania in the late 17th century, some varieties of tulips could cost more than an Amsterdam house. How to make a single flower dome arrangement. A flower arrangement with just one type of flower? It may sound monotonous, but it's actually understated and quite elegant, not to mention incredibly easy. You will need a bunch of the fresh flowers of your choice, a pair of gardening shears or scissors, a sharp knife, the vase or container of your choice, some cool water, and some flower food or bleach and sugar. Step 1. Choose the vase or container you want to use and gather enough of one type of flower to comfortably fill its mouth with stems. Make sure that each flower is very healthy looking, since there won't be any foliage to hide bruised or damaged petals. Daffodils are ideal for single flower arrangements since they should never be used in mixed arrangements. They emit a toxic sap that kills other flowers. Step 2. Fill a vase halfway with cool water. Step 3. Add some flower food to the water and set the vase aside. If you don't have flower food, add a few drops of bleach and 1 teaspoon of sugar per quart of water. This will provide nutrients for the flowers and rid the water of any bacteria. Step 4. Remove any leaves that will wind up underwater when placed in the vase. Weak leaves can be plucked by hand. Cut off tougher leaves with a sharp knife, being careful not to damage the stem in the process. Step 5. Lay out the flowers on a flat surface and fan the blossoms into an arching shape. Step 6. With both hands, gather up the flowers from either end, scooping them together just below the blossoms. The flowers should naturally come together in a dome shape. Make any necessary adjustments to the shape by holding the bunch in one hand and gently pushing up or pulling down individual flowers. Step 7. Hold the bunch of flowers inside or alongside the container to check the height. In general, the flowers should stick out above the container anywhere between half the height and the full height of the container. To maintain the dome shape while checking the flower height, wrap a rubber band around the stems. Step 8. Take the bunch out and cut the stems straight across to the desired height. Step 9. Return the flowers to the container and allow them to fall into place. If you used a rubber band to keep the flowers in a dome shape, remember to snip it off before replacing the bunch in the vase. Step 10. Change the water in your arrangement daily to keep it looking fresh. Did you know? The Environmental Trust on the English Isles of Scilly pays Prince Charles a rent of 1 daffodil per year. How to make a summer flower arrangement. Summertime and the living is easy. So why not the flower arranging? Capture the spirit of the season with bright colors, casual containers, and an easy breezy attitude. You will need a casual vase or container, some cool water, a variety of summer flowers, a pair of gardening shears or scissors, some flower food or bleach and sugar, and a flat surface. Optional, a smaller plastic container. Step 1. Choose a casual container that fits the feel of summer in your location. An earthenware pitcher, colorful jar, painted bucket, wicker basket, anything that conveys a lighthearted and laid-back summer vibe. If the container you choose won't hold water, place a smaller plastic container, like a yogurt or cottage cheese container, inside it. Step 2. Fill the container halfway with cool water. Step 3. Add some flower food to the water and set the container aside. If you don't have flower food, add a few drops of bleach and 1 teaspoon of sugar per quart of water. This will provide nutrients for the flowers and rid the water of any bacteria. Step 4. Place the shortest greens and flowers in your container first, trimming their stems one at a time to create a range of heights. They shouldn't be a uniform length. A summer arrangement should mimic the unpredictability of flowers growing wild. For the best summer wildflower effect, use flowers picked from nearby fields and meadows. Step 5. Fill in your arrangement with gradually taller flowers and branches, trimming them to various heights until you've created a wild, abundant, overgrown effect. Step 6. Change the water daily to keep your arrangement fresh. Did you know? Xeriscaping is a method of landscaping with native wildflowers that conserves water, reduces the use of fertilizers and pesticides, and costs less than traditional lawn and garden maintenance.